Oh, hey Squints, just get my gains in here. The microscope was invented back in the 1500s, and 450 years later, the technology has become incredible what you can do with microscopes. For the simple cost of hundreds of thousands of dollars, you too can see atoms and molecules for yourself in your own home, if you have that kind of dough. But we're gonna ignore all of that technology and instead build our own microscope using a plastic container, flashlight, and water. Let's do it. Most microscopes have 4 common parts to them. The first part is going to be the light source. So right here at the bottom is where the light comes from that lights up the whole microscope, that shines through your sample. And so the light will shine upwards, hitting the second part of the microscope, which is the stage. The stage is right here, and you can typically raise and lower that stage. What you put on the stage is your sample, and usually you put your sample in like a glass slide, which is in between 2 thin sheets of glass. You put your sample, and then you put that slide here on the stage. So the light's coming up through the sample and hitting this third part, which is the lenses. The lenses is what actually magnifies the light. And this microscope has 3 different magnifications with their lenses. And so the longest lens is going to give you the largest magnification. And then the fourth part is going to be the eyepiece, which is actually also a lens. And so the space between the lenses down here and the eyepiece up here is actually the body tube, and those always look different, but basically it just gives the light some space to be magnified and reflected. So for the microscope we're going to be building today, the free microscope, we're actually going to be combining this whole area right here, the lens, the body tube, the eyepiece, condensing it down into a single droplet of water. And if we have that rounded droplet of water, it'll actually bend light and magnify it just like a lens would. Not as good as a lens, mind you, we're not going to be able to get this kind of magnification, but it will still magnify the light that goes through it. We'll need a stage, and so we'll have some area where we can put our sample on, and then we will also need a light source which we'll use our flashlight for. So that is going to be our 3 parts condensed into a simple, cheap microscope. So here's some of our materials. This is actually going to act, this jar is going to act as our stage that we can put our sample on top of. We're actually going to have our light source or flashlight inside or reflecting inside the jar so that it can shine upwards through our jar. So a couple things we need to cut out. Here's my plastic container. It's just a strawberry container. I have consumed the strawberries inside. And so we're actually going to take some scissors and carefully cut out some shapes here. We're going to need 2 smaller squares to serve as our glass slides where we can put our sample in. It's going to sandwich them between the 2 glass slides. This is plastic, of course. And then we're going to cut out a larger square for our water droplet to hold our lens. So let's do that. Okay. So here are my first 2 shapes cut out. These are going to be my plastic slides that I can then put my sample in between and then put a droplet of water or something and then sandwich them with the other slide. And so that will give me a nice slide that I can put on top of my stage. Now I need to cut out that last square to hold my water droplet lens. Okay, so I have that cut out, and so this will serve as my holder of the lens. Such an official title. I got my hole punch right here, and so I'm going to punch out a little hole right in the middle. Good thing I did my gains before. And there is a little hole. So then I'm going to add some water in that hole and collect a droplet. Alright, so with the light source, you can do a couple of things. If you have a weak enough flashlight that's small enough, you could actually just stick it in the jar and shine it straight up. Of course, the concern would be that the flashlight might be too bright and hurt your eyes. And so actually what I'm going to do is shine the flashlight off to the side of my jar and then use some aluminum foil to reflect the light upwards so that it shines straight up through my sample. So I can take some aluminum foil and then I'm going to kind of fold it into sort of a wedge shape so that it can reflect that light. Okay, Okay, so I folded it enough so it seems pretty sturdy. I just need it sturdy enough where it can stand on its own and kind of angle and reflect. Looks pretty good. So let's try that out, stick that in our jar. So we can shine the light through and we'll see, yeah, looks like it's reflecting. Good to go on the light part. So that's it, we're done. Now we just need to go and collect our sample. I'll go out and look for some puddles or something, or some soil would be good. And then we'll come back and check it out under the microscope. All right, so we got my Q-tips, got my plastic slides, ready to go. A couple good samples to take for this would be some puddle that you find on the ground and some mud mixed with some water. Great sources of fun microbial life. We happen to have gotten irrigation, so let's get some irrigation water, and then we got some mud here too. So let's swab it, dab it on the slide, make a little slide sandwich. Okay, dab it on. There's our droplet. And we seal it with that. Made ourselves a slide sandwich, perfect for a microscope. All right, so we got our slide. We can pop that onto our stage here, pop, and then turn on our light. Voila. And so now we got light shining up through our sample. All we need is our lens. You want to hold the lens, the water droplet, right up to your eyeball. So hold it up like this, and you try to look straight through that water droplet. So I got about this close to my face here, and then you'll approach your sample. And as you get close, you should see things start to magnify, and things may be a little blurry at first. As you get closer, it might get a little more in focus. So you may have to kind of go up and down to see how high up you need to be for it to be in focus. And then you can just kind of move around and explore your sample. The problem here is it's going to be kind of wobbly. That's just the nature of having it on a plastic container. So one thing that I do is I grab a pen, actually 2 pens, and put it up on our stage here. And a pen is actually a good height above your sample, so you can rest your lens on the pens, and there's a good chance that it should be pretty much in focus at that height. And so you can just bring your eye up to your water droplet and look on through. Come see what's happening. Oh, wow, what an experience. Why don't you put in the comments below what you see in your water droplet microscope, keep asking questions, and keep on squinting.